Anlamak açısından iyiydi bu arada. Nokta yaparken. Noktaya baktığım için.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Uh, Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. And probably our beautiful students and wonderful colleagues are in their midday, and we are about to celebrate the night on the other part of the world. But it's so nice to see right now. I can see Gülşen Hocam and probably the rest of the students, and the other people are also, other faculty members are also here. So I would like to start. I would like to thank you very much to ArchMaster.AI that I had the privilege of meeting or listening their workshop and seminar and meeting and having a conversation with their founder, two brothers, brilliant brothers, and um, and ArchMaster is an AI company who are focusing on the implementation of AI, and it's on our design realm, and especially different types of interventions like the interior design, industrial design, landscape design, urban design, and as well as the architectural design. So there is this wide variety of alternatives that the AI is proposing to our creativity, and I would like to thank you, my colleagues, who dedicated their studio time right now to engage their students with this wonderful ArchMaster group. And I would like to thank my students, of course, coming to this workshop. And I really hope that they will enjoy it and they will focus and benefit from it. But lastly, but not least, I would like to thank AI Master for being with us. And I understand that this is their first time international interaction. And we it's kind of like a debut and inaugural presentation. So we are all excited, and I see the name Anne and Zhang. Hello, Anne.
Hello. Nice
How
to
are
meet you
you?
all, and thank you for accommodating the time for us. Yeah,
It's our pleasure.
okay, so maybe we seize this pressure time and we just kickstart the presentation for ArcMaster. See if your students would be feel like inspiring not only for the product itself, but also for the entrepreneurship stories of ArcMaster co-founders.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there are two parts in this presentation. One is the AI, the other part is equally important, that entrepreneurship part. Please take the stage, and it's all yours. Floor is yours.
Okay,
Professor, maybe I can say a few words.
Sure,
Um,
sure, Güzide.
yeah, on behalf of my college, we feel so privileged and thanks us to give chance to have this presentation. Professor Hayri Eşbah always we feel always she's here And thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Hayriyesh Batuncay, and thank you so much, Anna, um, and the other name. So sorry, because it is difficult for us to remember the names. But thank you so much to give your time here, and we are so enthusiastic to hear about you. Yes, this is our studio time, and it is so important for us, first of all, to have this conversation to presentation. Thank you so much again. It's the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. Then I'm going to invite all team CEO Atline come to kickstart the whole presentation.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to all the professors who set such a nice setting to begin. So, yes, it is also our privilege to be here together with you today. And well, without further ado, let's kick start. So my name is Adeline, and today I will kickstart the session with you, and then my colleagues will also handle their own parts. So you already know about ArchMaster, and thank you also for the primary introduction. ArchMaster is an AI company, and it is now actually building out more and more features, and we will go through with you later to explain each of them. And the reason why there's such an impact in AI tools for us, the architects, and myself, I'm a licensed architect as well, so is Anne. The reason why there's such an impact is because it is changing the way we work. It is changing what it means now to be an architect. And it is very important for us to be aware. And so AL Innovation is ArchMaster's partner as well as our overseas team. And we set up our and we set up our team together as the first AI agency in our region just to future-proof the architecture, engineering, and construction industry through AI training, AI workflows, and AI tools, specifically ArchMaster. And we are going to do this because we want to make sure the future generation or the current generation of architects and students, fresh graduates, will be aware of the market demand needs in an architect, and they will be able to grab hold of the AI architecture job opportunities. Therefore, we are serving very much as ArchMaster's overseas team, but our bigger mission really is to educate and to bring this message across. Of course, thankfully to you and also to overseas and to other countries as well. Next slide, please. So, as you know, in China, especially in mainland China, the technology is advancing at a speed that is probably quite advanced, even in comparison to Japan or the United States. And so we are very lucky to have our brilliant team, our research and development team in mainland China, who has pioneered such a great AI tool, which is now quite competitive also with others as well. And our team in Hong Kong, we're very much an international team and very diverse team, which allows us to provide marketing as well as education. So as I mentioned, both myself and Anne, we are licensed architects, and we're also lecturing at universities in Hong Kong. And the rest of our team, they're also graduates of architecture or BIM, like building integrated modeling. And so we have a very diverse team of both architects as well as AI expertise. So we are understanding from both sides what it means when we talk about AI and what it means when we talk about architecture as well. Next slide, please. So a little bit more about ArchMaster. The full name is AlphaMind Network Technologies Limited, and we are an AI startup specialized in AI-powered architectural and interior design, as well as urban and rural planning. So you might have heard of Alibaba before, and Alibaba really is a pioneering software company doing much more than just software now. And we are partnering with them and along with master graduates from some very high-end technical universities as well. Next slide, please. Right. So today, other than myself and Anne, and our information can be seen here, but I won't be reading it all. And we also have Bosco, who is our Chief Creative Officer, and he's been pioneering the new AI workflows and what it means to be an architect or what it means to be a designer at this day and age with these AI tools. And he's very much the person to drive this innovation, and he's able to leverage ArchMaster.AI in producing works that in the past, like when I was first graduating, could not have done. And you will see more about that later. Perhaps it would interest you. Next slide, please. What does it really mean now when we say AI enters the room? What does it really mean? What this means is, you might have heard of this phrase as well. If one person who uses AI, if they are able to leverage AI and have the efficiency and productivity of 3 people without AI, what does it truly mean to a company structure when our graduates graduate, when they enter the workforce? What does it truly mean for them? Next slide, please. What this means is that in the past, and this is in a nutshell, when we had to use 7 days to create a concept design option for our clients, this means going through brainstorming and then going through back and forth iterating 3D modeling, brainstorming, then 2D rendering to brainstorming, and then finally coming up with a concept design before we can enter the next stage where the client is satisfied and then we hit the milestone payments, for example. Now we can iterate even before a day ends because we're now able to completely skip the 3D modeling. But of course, this means that, this is a very strong tool, but this means that the person using it must have very high awareness that this is a tool that must be used with a lot of understanding. It should not just be random pushing buttons and trial and error. This really requires someone, a professional or a graduate with the knowledge of architectural understanding. But why this is working is because our industry is graphic driven. It has always been graphic driven. For those who have worked in companies before, in design firms before, we all know that our clients and those we serve, and at the end of the day, this is a consultancy, a service, architectural design is a service. And so it is very important that the client sees the design through images, through visualizations, through graphic designs, that they are happy with it before we can move on to the next stage. This is very practical, the way I'm saying it. And therefore, being able to minimize the iteration and having the design shown to the client as early as day one allows the architect to be very, very capable in performing even more, to do even more. So I can also see that there are more people in the waiting room at this moment, and I've just received a notice that the meeting capacity is almost full. So I just want to mention that we can host up to 99 participants. Right now there are 82, so just want to let you know there's that. Thank you. Next slide, please. So let's go into ArchMaster as an AI tool on its own. Next slide, please. Right. So ArchMaster is a one-stop shop. And the reason why I say it's a one-stop shop because it can help us from the preliminary stage, from the schematic design stage to the mid stage, and then to the final stage as well. And this is why it is the ultimate AI-assisted design platform catered for architects. I might have Bosco, later on, do you think we can also show one of the works that our our users have been doing. The video from Chloe, perhaps we can also showcase that later on if that's possible. So we recently hosted an ArchMaster design competition, and the winner have been able to exactly do this. Preliminary stage, mid stage, and final stage from start to finish, all using ArchMaster to help, as well as other tools to leverage as well. But we're very proud of her output, and we'd love to show you what she's done as well. Thank you. Next slide, please. So in mainland China, ArchMaster has pretty much dominated the market already, actually, because we have over 1 million registered users here. And every day we see that people log in to start to use it. It has completely changed the way they work in the company themselves. And needless to say, we're very excited for ArchMaster to also go overseas. Next slide, please. Right. So in the past, as we have been working as architects without AI, some of the pain points that we recognize a lot is that there's low efficiency. Either the 3D model is lagging, or there's thank you for the message. There could be also low efficiency and restrictive creative thinking because of the tools that are restricting us. There could be limits to, for example, my capability to build a 3D model may be limiting me from being even more creative, right? And also there are a lot of times the clients have a lot of different request changes, right? Now, what AI and what ArchMaster solution can bring is the generation it is actually liberating for the user to imagine many different things now just with the usage of text and prompts and image reference. Now, the limitation is not just for whoever can build the best model in Rhino or best model in SketchUp. Even though we are actually able to integrate ArchMaster within those 3D modeling tools as well, but it actually breaks down the barrier for those who may not be the kind of learner or designer that likes to use 3D modeling. And therefore, it allows for endless creative drawings and graphics, and also a very diverse different types of tools as well, some specific to, let's say, for example, facade, or let's say interior design, or let's say landscape. So there are also those tools that are designed just for architects and just for designers. Next slide, please. Right, and as mentioned, because these are so specific, that for every single thing you see here, like architecture versus interior versus landscape, there are such different and specific features in there. For example, the real-time inspiration draw allows for you to real-time edit and see the outputs together. And this is great, as some of us had tried to do it with a real client before, and real-time having that input from the client and the satisfaction that you see from them is also something that was not experienced in the past. And then the indoor lighting, for example, that you can now just manipulate the indoor lighting, whereas in the past you'd have to take a lot of time in photoshopping. Swapping out the furnitures as well is a very useful tool. And for landscape design, there's background swap, landscape design, and what we didn't put here yet, but you will see later perhaps, is how we can also change up the weather. So all of those things are very helpful in terms of allowing for designers or students to understand those are kind of the steps, the incremental steps in order to build the design step by step. Next slide, please. So across the different stages, from theme inspiration to preliminary stage to mid stage to final stage, there are those different elements that a designer might think of and might go through during the design process, that ArchMaster has also broken them down into features. And we're not saying that these are all that we need in the design. Of course, the design has so many other more impacts and so many other more factors, such as culture, such as historical value. All of that stuff needs to be coming from the human being itself. But now the AI can also help to add value to that. And that is truly human-machine collaboration, where the human brings in himself or herself that understanding of what architecture means, and together with these AI features, create something that is architecturally valuable. Next slide, please. Right, so this is a flash to see what it means to draw real time and also to use text prompting. Next slide, please. This is text to image. And then from massing model to rendering, this is great, especially when sometimes perhaps your client gives you a 3D model and then you can go from there. And then here is also showcasing a demo of how one can just draw. And of course, with architects, we all love to draw. And it's great that we draw now and then immediately the idea is coming out in the next 5 seconds. And this actually skips the photoshopping part for those who actually spend way too much time photoshopping. This is something that is truly valuable. Next slide, please. And this is perhaps a good moment to caveat that the output doesn't need to be perfect from ArchMaster. We celebrate that there are imperfections, and we would encourage those to take the output from the AI and to evaluate it. We're now the curator. We not only evaluate it, we also need to refine it, either regurgitating it back in the AI or taking it out in the Photoshop and then doing the last 10 to 15% of refinements on our own. And this is very important because us as architects need to have the capability to judge our own work more than ever before. Next slide, please. And then this is also something that is very useful, especially when we're working with clients who already has a suite of other projects that they'd like us to follow the style from. And this kind of imitation is like taking upon a style. And this is also very important when there are some companies, some even architects who come to us who actually ask for a style consistency, because they always want to put together the same style. And you've seen MVRDV, they've been doing this for a long time now on their own platform, as well as for Zaha Hadid and other kinds of big firms as well. They all want a specific taste and flavor and style consistency. And this is actually doable now with our platform as well, as long as we are clear on what kind of style we want to chase at. Next slide, please. And then, of course, in this day and age, clients are not just, and I keep mentioning clients because also coming from an industry point of view, this is something that is very important to remember, that we can enjoy our own design, but at the end of the day, of course, we need to work together with the end user and to make sure they're satisfied with the design. And they're actually these days not satisfied enough when they just see a static drawing or a graphic. They want to see walkthroughs, they want to see videos. And this is now possible. Also, just in ArchMaster itself, you need not go anywhere else. Next slide, please. Perfect. And this is showing control. A lot of people have mentioned that they worry about AI because AI just seems to be putting out different things every time. But the truth is, if we know how to control the AI, for example, in here in painting is very much like highlighting the area you want to change and then being very specific about the change that you want to see, then you're able to make the best use out of AI. Next slide, please. And then, of course, there's material swap. Who doesn't want to see different iterations and versions of their project? Even when we think it's perfect, it's always very good to see the possibilities out there and then to make a informed decision for us or for our team members or for our who we are serving, the community, the public, or our clients, to see what is the possible iterations. How does it fit better in the site? Next slide, please. Right, and this is object swap as well. Next slide, please. Actually, this is why we cannot go one by one, because we have 500 different ones, which are all available on the platform, and you will see very much later on in detail if you'd like to. Next slide, please. and 50 different AI tools, 500 different models, and 50 AI tools. And there's also my favorite one, believe it or not, is actually the AI face repair. Because sometimes in AI, whether you're using different AI platforms or ArchMaster, sometimes the people generated are blurry. I'm sure those who have tried text to image designs before have seen the AI faces, but we have a tool specifically to repair the face. So I see the humor in that, but also very useful actually. Next slide, please. And those of us who use SketchUp or Revit, you can now enjoy the real-time AI rendering while modeling. And very soon we will also have the integration with Rhino as well. Next slide, please. Amazing. So thank you so much. Now I will pass the stage time to Anne, my partner. Thank you.
Thanks, Adeline, for the kickstart. Very comprehensive as well as attractive introduction about ArchMaster product itself. And because today we are actually holding this webinar for students, so that means we would like to have more information that you could take away. Therefore, the technology behind ArchMaster, we would like to elaborate a little bit, like only in the shadow surface we have the scratch, but in the future, I believe some of you may take this information away with you to start your own learning journey and then even step into the entrepreneurship journey as well. So the keywords about AI. First of all, artificial intelligence. Everyone should have heard about artificial intelligence, but we always confuse what is AI really stands for, like really useful. What about the AI's relationship with generative AI? What is the difference between ChatGPT and ArchMaster? So first of all, we have many types of artificial intelligence in the world. And nowadays, the most popular ones are generative AIs. Generative AIs, including large language model as well as diffusion model. You could consider large language model are the models that good at text generation. So you talking to ChatGPT and then you throw out some queries or you throw out some task, and then ChatGPT can carry out all those things just by generating some reports, let's say. And diffusion model is something else. Diffusion model is different from large language model. Diffusion model is good at image generation. So diffusion model is based on pixels, while large language model are based on bytes or based on tokens. So what else we have to improve the performance of all these models? First of all, prompt engineering. Prompt engineering could be a very important soft skills for your new generations to master the AI technologies, like to let ArchMaster or to let ChatGPT or to let DeepSeek generate the output aligning with your expectation. And model training is another relative infrastructure level skills to improve the models that you are using to generate the output aligned with your expectation. So let's take a look at the different layers of AI concept. First of all, artificial intelligence is almost including everything and is the expectation of the entire human, saying that we want computers can think like human and then can take actions like human without the interference of human. So the ultimate goal for artificial intelligence would be AGI, which I guess you have heard about this super trending word before. Therefore, within the artificial intelligence, there were many different trendings, many different challenges. The computer scientists they have take to modify with their algorithms. And machine learning is one of the most popular trendings that they have utilized. They find a way to let the machine to learn in the way just like people learn. Therefore, they have mentioned this concept of neural networks. That means the computer scientists, they are trying to mimic the neurons in human brains to let the computer learn through these neural networks and then reach a result with multiple like tons of parameters and then actually it's a black box. So among this black box, deep learning is something relative mature already. And among deep learning, there is the generative AI that we are using today, including large language model as well as diffusion models. So therefore, a quick introduction of large language model is obviously being popular after OpenAI launched ChatGPT in 2022. So nowadays, there is tons of large language model competing with each other, not only from OpenAI but also from like Anthropic, a company who launched Claude, and then DeepSeek, and then there are over 10 famous large language models in mainland tech firms as well. And all these large language models nowadays, they are even trying to evolve into multimodal large language model. That means they are not satisfied with understanding the text itself. They are trying to understand audios, videos, images all together in the large model. And the diffusion model here is a bit different from the large language model. While the large language model is trying to guess what is going to be the next word suitable for the whole sentence, diffusion model is trying to guess what is the pixel more reasonable combined to the related pixels. So they are trying to denoising the noise pictures and then until realize to something seems realistic, like the picture of a cat or the rendering of architecture. So that is the difference between large language model and diffusion model. ArchMaster is based on diffusion model. So what else ArchMaster is providing? We all know that when we are trying to run the AI models, it would be very overloaded to your laptop. So that means you will relying on superpower hardwares to run those large models as well as diffusion models. So what provided by ArchMaster? Instead of asking the user to pay for the hardwares, they're providing the cloud computing. That means you're just accessing the website of ArchMaster. All the computing are done on the cloud side that rented by ArchMaster team. And also the ArchMaster is including all these open source AI diffusion models as well. That means we are always including the trending tools such as Nano Banana published by Google Gemini team. Only within 1 week we have access to that. And also we have some self-trained models. That's where all those 500 styles comes from. We understand the designer's needs the most. Therefore, we understand what kind of the styles that's suitable for architectural designers, suitable for landscape designers, suitable for interior designers, and all those different branches in the design. So therefore, for example, let's say Midjourney would be very suitable for the artist or the people who would like to generate their own cartoon style figures. And ArchMaster is the most suitable tool, the most suitable AI tools prepared for designers. Therefore, I'm going to pass my screen to our creative officer Bosco to carry on this short demo of how a landscape design can be applied in ArchMaster.
Thank you, Anne. I'm Bosco. I'm gonna walk you guys through how exactly to do it. Before I start explaining, I thought it might be a good time for you guys to see the latest competition that we ran. It is an AI design competition, and um, this winner specifically leveraged ArchMaster throughout her team. Like she used ArchMaster throughout the process, and I'll just play for you guys. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, Bosco. Would you like to enlarge the full screen and then show the video?
What is it already?
I think it must be lagging because we're not seeing the video play.
Oh, let me try again.
Sure, thank you.
And also you can share the links if it's already go public in the chat.
Maybe I'll do that. So, let's see. Can you guys see the entire screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, but seems still a bit lagging.
Okay.
Maybe I take the screen again.
Okay.
If you don't mind, you just let me know if you are going to present the next slides.
So a little bit more information on the winner, the video that they made. So as far as I know, the entire design process, as well as the execution phase, it took them 2 days to complete with a team of two. So a lot of tools are used during the design phase, primarily ArchMaster, but also with the assist from other tools like Nano Banana and other video generate uh, AI video generate tools. So I'll begin explaining to you guys how exactly do you turn something relatively abstract into a compelling visual that you can present to your professor or to your clients. Next slide, please. So I think we're all familiar with the struggle where there is a imagination gap where the idea is in your head or the ideas is somewhat they somewhat exist on the paper on your plan, but it is not fully realized or it is not fully rendered. That's why there like people might not completely understand your vision or people just do not ex- exactly get your idea. Next slide, please. And these are the common pain points that we, as designer, have. You're asked to do a lot of revision, a lot of iterations, and during the process, a lot of time and efforts were put in. And then not only um, not only time is being spent, but also cost. And only with your pen or paper or just some ideas or your mood board, there's a limitation on your creativity. And because of all these struggles, sometimes your ideas do not click or you can't really sell your ideas to a client or professors. Next slide, please. And there's here's where iMaster can really help you to visualize your ideas and take that image or any type of visuals and to show or to tell the stories that you have in your mind. Next slide, please. So bear with me. You might not completely understand the entire process, but I will try to explain the logic behind AI rendering. So here you're seeing the um, feature tool in ArchMaster, which is AI Draw. And the idea is very simple. You import your material and then you guide the AI to generate an image that you like. And during the process, there are a lot of like controls and parameters that you can play with in order to get the image closer to the idea in your head. So here's the first step where you import or you upload your image. And here using a um, landscape point of view, after you uploading your image, there are different types of image that you can um, choose, and then the AI is gonna